Okay. Yesterday we were discussing about the errors in the data. Okay. We wanted to fix this. We wanted to fix this. Okay. So we will see that before that, there is one topic I would say. Okay. It is not that important, but still we want to cover it. Okay. Which is called data types. It's theory. Okay. Something is completely a theory part. So what we will do is we have few different data types. Every day, one data type we will cover, and we'll move on to our topics. That is how we can manage both. Because complete session, if I start talking about there is a integer, there is a number, there is a string, there is a time. So it's going to be a bit of boring because it is completely a theory part. So what we will plan is 15 minutes we'll talk about one data type every day, and next 45 minutes we'll complete our topic. Okay, this is how you get some interest with respect to practical, because we expect every session to have some practicals, right? So we have to understand the topic, we have to go with the implementation. That's what we are hoping. So we'll go with one data type today, and after one data type we'll go on to solve this problem. The problem is how to handle this type of things. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so one thing I'll do first, I will create one simple table. So going forward, I'll copy paste the code and I'll make sure it is available in the drive as well. You have to create it because simple, right? Just creating a table. Okay, I'm and inserting record. So all these things we have already seen, right? So I've copy pasted it and I'm going to see it. What is the problem? Go for the select database. Currently I'm into our database, Amazon database. I'm going to create a phone number as a table. Okay, the line number 3 is telling if it is already there, you drop it, because two tables cannot have same names. If someone else has already created by this name, you make sure it is not there before I create. That's what it means. Maybe you would have not seen this if exist. Would have just seen drop table name. Okay, if I drop this table, okay, what is the message I got? Drop table error message I got. Okay, unknown table, that means this table is not there. But what if I write this? If it exists, you drop it. If it is exist, you drop it. Okay, so now I'm not getting only warning. That's all. If previously if this exists was not that, maybe it was trying to drop the table which does not even exist. But if it exists means it is just giving a warning. That's the reason I've added this. Now I'll create a table. Okay, the table says name, phone number. That's all. Name, phone number. Okay, so what I will do now, I'll go and run the select code. Nothing is there. Name and phone number, nothing is there. I want to go and add a phone number. I want to go and add a phone number. See, observe what is happening. Name 50 characters is applicable and phone number integer. Okay, now I'll go and insert this record. Bala phone number is this, 10 digit, 2567891. Okay, I'll insert it. Error I'm getting. What is error? Out of range values for phone number. What is this out of range for phone number? Okay, for this we will go and okay, see it what exactly is the data type that we have to give for phone number. Because when I give integer, it's not accepting, it is telling out of range. That is where we will go and learn our data types. We'll go and learn our data types. Okay, the first thing which we are going to see is number, numeric or integer. So as an again said, today we will cover numeric and integer, tomorrow we'll cover date time, day after tomorrow we'll connect date. So every 15 minutes we'll spend for this because it's completely a theory part, right? So this is how we can manage to learn data types as well. And this again I'm telling, it's not that much useful for a Power BI developers. Okay, maybe you got an error, you did not know what to do. For those type of issues, maybe if you know this, you can solve the problem. You need not depend on anyone else. That is the reason we are seeing this as well. Okay, so come for the first one, integer type. The integer type which I gave for phone number was this one. which I gave this for phone number. But what you observe here is for the integer, the storage is 4 bytes. Minimum you can store this value, maximum you can store this value. Minimum you can store this value, maximum you can store this value. Okay, what is this number? I'll go and copy in a notepad. Okay, I'll go and copy integer. The value it supports is -214,748,3648. This number to this number 214,748,3647. It's supposed from this number to this number. Okay, but what is my phone number? This one. It's a 10 digit 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, and it is again a 10 digit 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. But this number is beyond this number. Agree? My phone number is starting from 7 series. Suppose if someone's phone number is starting with 2 series, definitely their number you can go and store it in this data type. But usually in India, as far as I remember, 9 series is there, 8 series is there, 7 series is there, 6 series is there, and nothing after 6 series. I don't see any number in India with having 5 series. 6s I've seen. That is also very rare. Maximum I've seen 7, 8, 9. This is a series I've seen. So obviously, this number, even though it's 10 digit, I am not able to fit it because the maximum limit for integer will be minus. If it is there, you can store this number, plus it is there, you can store this number. This phone number is well behind this, you cannot store the phone number. This is a problem with integer data type. Okay, integer, though it supports 4 digit, and this is a minimum number, this is a maximum number, total number of numbers you can store is this much. Okay, and again I'm telling, in my last 6 years, none of the interview or none of the panel or none of them have asked what is the value for this. You need not remember. No one is going to ask, hey, what is the maximum number, what is the minimum number you can store, what is the bytes? No, nothing. It's not required, because who will remember? We are not computers to remember these numbers, right? But make sure you use this, right? Knowing that phone number, I'm not able to store it in my integer. We'll go one by one. First of all, let us take this is a scale, unit scale. This is 0. This is minus 128. This is plus 127. This is a scale. Okay. So if you see here, the first data type in the integer is int, tiny int. This is a tiny int. What is this tiny int? Maximum you can store 127. Minimum you can store 128. And the size, if you see, it is going to be 128 plus 127, 255. 255 elements you can store it in this tiny int. Okay, forget about this. If anything is within this range and this range, I can go and use tiny int. Let me ask you one example. Okay, for which type of scenarios I can go with tiny int? Maximum I can store 127, not more than that. Age. Yes, very good example, age. For the age, I can go and use tiny int. Because obviously this is not possible, age, because still this it's not possible at all. Who will going to have negative age? Impossible. Okay, so if this only is possible. So maximum, if you want to give a credit card, if you want to store a bank details, everything, you can go and use 0 to 127 you can store. So for that you can go and use age. For age, while creating a table, age, tiny int you give. Actually, you can give medium int, you can give int, you can give big int and all, but the number is too huge. So store a 25 as a age. Why you need this much space of 10 digit? You're utilizing a lot of space. For you, it's not a problem. You use medium int or big int, whatever you int, you go and use it. But internally, you're consuming lot of space. Okay. So this is something which I will avoid. For example, in future, if anyone wants to create a table, in that table, suppose you have age. For age, don't go with int. Don't go with int because you're utilizing lot of space. Integer spaces 10 digit. Better go with tiny int. Tiny int. Just limited space. For age, limited space. This all comes under memory optimization, memory allocation. You need not worry, but I'm showing an example. In the future, if something comes like this, make sure for age you give it as tiny int. Now you run it, it will run because it's nothing syntax, because the tiny int itself, it says this is a space given to tiny int. Okay. Now I'll ask you one more example. This I'll give as example of age. Okay. You tell me what I can give a small int. Just think what could be the values which ranges between this and this. Minimum I can store this number, maximum I can store this number.
Like salary and any other price.
Oh, salary, yeah? Okay. My salary is 40K. What you will do?
Customer ID.
Customer ID. In my office, we have 60,000 employees. 60,000 ID will have. Can I fit it here?
PIN code.
I'm in Bangalore. My PIN code is this. Come on, think. Just a simple knowledge. What type of feature if it is there, what I can go with small int. This is not something super important topic, but I'm asking you to think. No one? Just think practically. What could be the case? It should be more than 127 and less than this number. If that is the case, I can go with small int.
Days.
Number of
Days.
days. Okay, good try, but I'm expecting one more better example.
For school data, roll number,
Yeah.
class wise roll numbers.
Okay.
Days. Something like that.
Delivery days. Okay. And I'll give an example of delivery days, and that comes under days only. And you're telling school roll number. I'll go with this because in a class you can have more than 125 people, and maybe you will have 150 members in school, one class, 170 members, 175. In that case, I cannot go with tiny int. I have to go with small int. Okay. One more. Any other example? Maybe I'll for me I'll keep in mind as a weight. Weight is in pounds. Let us say pounds. So it's like 200 pounds, 400 pounds. No one can be 32,000 pounds. Impossible. So if it is 200 pounds, you cannot store it here because maximum itself is 127. So 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 200 pounds means it is almost equal to 100 kgs. It's normal human's weight, sorry, 90 to 100, normal human's weight. But if they're maintaining in pounds, it's going to be double. So I can put this. I can use this. Okay. So best example, number of days. I'm sorry.
Weight can we include? I mean, weight of a product or whatever you purchase.
Yes, that is what. Weight of the person, weight of the product, anything you can include. Okay. So this, if it is more than 125 kilos or maybe 127 kilos, we will go and use small int. Okay. Now come for medium int. Now this I'll give as age. This I'll give as weight. Example. And medium int. What is medium int? Any example? See the maximum and minimum values that is applicable. Do you think salary can come now? Can I
code.
include salary? Pin code. Okay. What is my pin code? 560004. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Very good example. Sorry?
Salary.
Salary. Okay. Salary provided I'm not the CEO of the company. Okay. For the CEO employee salary, obviously it will be more than 10 digit. What you will do? That case, it will not work. But yeah, salary will work, but I'm telling the other way. But pin code is a good example as well. Okay. And come to integer now. What could be the value for integer?
Phone number.
Phone number did not work, right? 7 digit, 8 digit, 9 digit did not work, right? That is what I've shown you here. I gave an int. I gave a phone number as int, and I'm trying to insert a phone number which is 7 digit. It is telling out of range. And that is what I showed you. Integer, this is a minimum number, this is a maximum number. My phone digit is this one. My phone number is this one. How can I fit it here?
Any store code, something like that.
Store code. Code again, small int and medium int is also fine, right? Because you are not going to have 8 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 digit codes. That is something like it's huge company, something like that. Maybe they will use it. And for integer as well, I can go and use something called balance. Salary. Salary is per month, but integer, maybe you can have cumulative records, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, you can have bank balance. Maybe they'll go with int, right? And finally, big int will come under phone number. Because something is beyond this number, 2 digit, I will definitely go and store it in big int. For big int, it's not even measurable. Minus 2 to the power of 63 to 2 to the power of 63 plus 1. That means how it will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into until it is going to be 63. This is how you can store it in a big int. Okay. Now why I'm telling you this is based on the variable you define that. If it's the age, no one can be more than 120. Some people are there 150, but they don't use credit card. They will not be even registered with the bank. I'm sorry. Okay. So tiny int, small int, medium int, and big int are the data types, and these are the values. You can get it easily from Google. No need to remember this. Even I've taken n number of batches. Even I don't remember the numbers. Why it's required? Everything is available. But make sure you keep an example. Age means I can go with tiny int. Some number, weight, something small int. Salary, pin code, medium int. Bank balance, integer, normal int. Phone number will not sit for int because if it is a 8 digit, 9 digit, you will not sit it in a integer. So better go with big int. These are the data types applicable in integer. Okay, tiny int, small int, medium int, and big int. I'm restricting only this to MySQL. If you go with Oracle, they may have different data type. If you go with Sybase, they may have different data type, but you need not worry. Data type is something which is just to tell what type of data you're fitting into that. That is all it is important. You need not worry about it. Okay. Okay. This is all about integer data type. Right. Even you can for age, right? For age, right? You can go even use big int or medium int or small int. But maximum age you can have 100. What you will do after that? Anyway, you're wasting this many space. So be optimistic. Like try to know what value is required. That is enough. Why are you overusing it? Something you get for free, you should not take every time, right? Utilize whatever is required, because in the real time, memory management itself is a very difficult task. Why are you wasting this? Okay, so this is about integer data type. Nothing super important topic. Just know it, integer in tiny, in small, in medium, in and again. And the entire people who wants to know this will be SQL developers. There are people in the project like SQL developers. They know only SQL, nothing else. But we are all going as a Power BI developer. As an added advantage, we are learning this as well. So it's nothing like you have to remember all these numbers, but as part of the course, you are learning the data type. Okay, are we good? Any questions? Okay, so let's see date, time, date and timestamp in the tomorrow session, like Monday session. Every day we'll take part by part. Okay, only theory it's again going to be boring. So every day one data type I'll cover. Okay, now we'll come to the actual topic. This was a problem. This was a problem. How do you fix this? How do you fix this? Okay, same name or maybe same roll number, phone number, it is 5-digit, and something which anyway, I've not seen anyone in this world having first name and last name both are same. Maybe slight change will be there, but I've never seen people having same number. Sorry, same name, first name and last name. That's error. And who will be having age negative? Impossible. 100% I can show that is a data entry problem. And 5 years, 5-year-old guy don't even know how to speak. Do you think he will open an Amazon and he will start creating an account? Impossible, right? So all these are something which you have to handle it. And for this is a table has been created. This is a table I'm created. See now, for this table, ID is there. I've given small int. That means I'm making sure that the integer is less than like 30,000 ID. First name, last name is there. For age, I've given tiny int because I know that age cannot be more than 127. And for phone number, integer did not work. I gave big int. So I'm started using my data types. Okay, I've started using my data types now. Now we will see. This is a records. How can we fix this? And this is a table script that I've created. This is a table script I have created. Okay. Now, how can I add restrictions to my table? How can I add restrictions to my table? That is how I start introducing something called constraints. Constraints. To add restriction to the table. To add restriction to the table, okay, you are going to use something called constraints. The actual meaning of constraint is restriction. You're restricting some type of data to be entered into the table. Okay, so basically we have six constraints. The last one is actually it is a newly introduced, like some research papers have given it. No one is using that. And the first 6, if you see, not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check and default are the basic constraints we are going to apply to a table, making sure that no one enters as they like. We are going to put some restrictions to the table. What is that? We will go one by one. Okay, the first one I'm telling is not null. Not null. The constraint name is called not null. What do you mean by not null? It ensures that a column cannot have a null value. First name. They did not give any name. I'm making sure that they don't enter, maybe they give anything, at least one character they have to give. I cannot accept null values. By making sure that column I'm giving as a not null, I am making sure that it cannot accept null values. Even if you give one letter also, you give it, but you cannot give it blank. Because in Amazon, I have to greet you, right? When you log in. Hello, Santosh. Hello, Kiran. Hello, Vinay. Hello, Karthik. I have to greet something. If you don't give name, what will I greet with? Hello, space, huh? Hello, null. Will I do that? For sure, you should have something. By making that column as a not null, I can go and make sure that value is something. Value should be there. Even if you give XYZ, it's fine. I will greet you, hello XYZ. That's my problem. But for you, you have to give a name. This is what not null. Okay, we'll go step by step. Before that, I want to explain one use case. Okay, before that, I want to explain one use case. Let us say we have Amazon as an example. This is something called customer information. This is called customer information. What is this customer name? Obviously our name. We are all customers, right? Our name. What is this DOR? Date of registered with Amazon. Okay, date of registered with Amazon, DOR. That means John has created his account on 2012. Suresh has created, Arjun has created, Kiran has created, Okay, let me go and see. When did I create? Amazon. Okay, so what it is telling? Customer since 2015. I created my account in 2015. Right? See, I've logged in. Hello, Santosh. It's greeting me. Obviously, it is greeting me. Okay. So it is telling me hello, Santosh. If you don't give name, it will be a hello space. Hello, null. So you give at least XYZ, it will greet you. And when did I register? 6 years. I don't even remember when I created, but it is telling me the data cannot lie. They are storing the data. So it is telling customer since 2015. Okay. This is something with respect to customer. The same information I am maintaining here. When did they become customer? John is the oldest person, I think. He has registered in 2012. Suresh is a new person who got registered in 2019. And obviously I am from Bangalore. So different customers are there from different customers are there from different address. Okay. Now let me ask you one question. This is customer information, name, date of registration with Amazon, and where their location coming from. This I am taking as a sample. In the real time, you will have phone number, you will have delivery address, you have your age, something and all will be there. But I've taken an example. Let us take this is a sales information. Okay, for example, I go and purchase something. Okay, I am going to purchase some products now. I've added to some cart. Okay, I want to purchase some phone. Okay, if I purchase, I'm making some sales. Simply adding to the cart, I will not do. Actually, I'm waiting for some offers. Today I will go and remove it. Tomorrow I'll go remove it. I do it and they will give some offer. See, this they are giving some offer. Pay only for this. Apply Amazon card and they're giving some 300 cashback. Something they'll give for me. I keep on doing and they'll give SBI cards 10% interest discount. First time they may not give this. Keep on doing this, they may give. This is called OLAP, if you remember. Online analytical processing. They will monitor me for 3-4 days, then they may give offers. And today also I found some no EMI option. They gave something. See, no EMI option. Initially I did not have this. Now if I go and select this, I can avail with no EMI options. Something like that. Okay. But if I go and purchase, that is something I'm making sales. Okay. Now let me ask you one thing. In sales information, I have the name who is purchased and who has purchased this product. And for example, John has purchased, John, who has got registered on November 5th, 2012. He is from Bangalore location. This guy has purchased iPhone, which is for $15,000. Okay. And Suresh, right? Suresh, who has registered from this on 19th and is from Mysore. This guy is new guy. Just 2 years back is registered. He did not purchase any product so far because I don't see his name from this. Understand? Come to Arjun. Okay, Arjun is some posh guy, I think. He has purchased two products. He has purchased two products. One the Samsung, which is for 12,500, and one for Vivo, which is for 9,000. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Who is this Kiran? Is it Kiran from Delhi or Kiran from Calcutta? Who is this Kiran? Who is this Kiran who purchased MI phone for $7,500?
Kolkata.
How can you tell that?
We cannot tell that. We have to enter the unique ID for both Kirans.
Why you cannot tell that?
ID is not there to identify which person
But
is
name is there,
purchasing.
right?
Yeah, both
When
names are there, duplicate names.
When I asked this, you told me John purchased this. Suresh did not purchase anything. Arjun purchased two products. When you can tell this, why you are not telling about Kiran?
There are duplicate rows, duplicate persons purchasing one.
Okay, I'll take this. Anyone else who can tell me which Kiran is this? Come on, speak up. I'm not asking a difficult question. I'm just asking one simple.
Delhi Kiran. Why? Because in previous session you told that auto row should be there.
What? Delhi, why?
Why? Because
What did I tell in previous session? I don't remember. Can you repeat?
even I forgot something. In previous 2 days back, you said something like the same identity name will be allocating in different rows.
I don't remember I told this. Okay, we'll check that. Tell me, which Kiran has purchased this product?
We cannot tell, Santosh.
Why we cannot tell? Why you told for Arjun? Why you told for John?
Because they have only a single unique value. So
Okay.
Kiran is
No.
repeated. So without second name or any other information, we cannot tell this.
Okay. This is a problem with this a data set. I don't know which Kiran has purchased. Whether Kiran from Delhi or Kiran from Calcutta, which Kiran has purchased, I am not able to know. This is a problem. In the real time also, customer information they will maintain in one table, sales information they are going to maintain in one more table. They will not be able to guess what it is. Right? They will not be able to guess what it is. Suppose I cannot tell which customer has purchased. I cannot tell which customer name has been repeated, duplicated. I cannot tell that. This is a problem in the real time as well. How do you handle this? One more example I give. Let us say your name is Kiran. Okay, sorry, let's not take Kiran. Let's take Karthik. Let us say name is Karthik. In your class, there are 4 Kartiks available. Karthik A, Karthik Kumar, Karthik Krishna, Karthik Kiran. 4 Kartiks are there. Okay. If all 4 of you have scored first rank, 4th rank, 8th rank, last rank. If someone is telling Karthik has scored last rank, which Karthik will go? Just Karthik. Forget about last name, surname, prefix name, everything. If I just tell Karthik, which Karthik I am referring to? How will you know this? Maybe all are from Bangalore. So Karthik from Bangalore also, if I tell, still I am failing here. What is the unique way of identifying 4 Kartiks? Come on. What is a unique way of identifying 4 Kartiks?
We'll have to see what
unique
columns
IDs.
common in the same customer information and sales information in order to identify if it is the same person.
Yeah, I'm asking what could be the column name? Common column. What do you think?
It could be age or date of birth or
Customer ID.
Customer ID.
See, don't you think that two people will have same name, even same date of birth from same location? Possible, right?
We can have customer ID.
We can have customer ID. Okay. I am asking how do you differentiate between four Kartiks? Obviously, roll number comes into picture. Right? Roll number. So similarly, here also there is a problem. What I am going to do? I am going to introduce a user ID. Here also I am going to introduce a user ID. So initially this was my data set. This was my data set. Now what I've done, okay, I've just added a name was there. Now I've added one more column called user ID. Even though Kiran and Kiran are there, for one user I've given X004 as an ID. For one Kiran I've given X005 as an ID. So two Kirans I'm differentiating with respect to X004 and X005. And the person who has purchased MI phone is person from Calcutta. The person who has purchased MI phone is from Calcutta. Because uniquely I'm identifying the user ID. Based on the user ID, I will get to know that which person has purchased the product, because user ID cannot be same for everyone. You log into one website, you will be given a different user ID. You go to school, based on, even though some person has been already joined with your name, you have joined late, so you will be getting the next number. For example, his number is 5. After 1 month, you go and join. Same name, same first name, same last name. You will be given with 6. You will not be given with 5 only. Both of them will not share the same number. Right? So this type of things, maybe I can fix it by using something called ID, user ID. Using user ID, I can go and fix the problem. Now I can clearly tell what is this common column between these two tables and what is that something which person has purchased. Easily I can go and tell. The concept I'm going to bring here is I'm adding one new column. This column I'll call it as a primary key. This I'll call it as a primary key. What is primary key? Uniquely identifying a row, with respect to table. For each and every row, that is each and every customer, I am going to have a primary key. Now let us see what is the features of primary key. Listen, very important interview question. Okay, what is the difference? What is the features of primary key? Primary key cannot have duplicates. Kiran may have duplicate. Two people can be in Bangalore. But this is unique, no duplicates. So the features of primary key is it cannot have duplicates. One more. Primary key cannot be null. That means if person is joining with the class, the person is joining with the classroom or school, for sure they will give an ID. Simply they cannot tell, hey, already one person is having by name your name. I've given ID 5. I will not give ID. That is not the case. Somehow the other number they will give it to you. It cannot be null. And in any table, if you see, only one primary key is allowed. Only one primary key is allowed. Only one uniquely identified number you have to give. These are the three features of primary key. When I am giving this as a primary key, I can refer this to in another table, making sure that in the sales table, which person has purchased which product, I can compare it within the other table. This I will call it as a foreign key. Primary key is with respect to one table that I'm taking as a reference to the other table. Now I can call it as a foreign key. Okay, so this is something primary key and foreign key concept. Now see in the foreign key. In foreign key, don't you think the data is duplicated? Arjun, right? Arjun. Foreign key can have duplicates. It's possible, right? A person can purchase 10 products, 20 products, 30 products. This person name is Arjun. Here I can have only one record, but in this table, that person can purchase Samsung, that person can purchase Vivo, that person can purchase iPhone, he can purchase anything. Duplicates are allowed. This is a difference between primary key and foreign key.
Santosh, on what basis we will decide? I mean, if we look at the key, we cannot determine, right? If it is a primary or a foreign key.
Why you cannot determine?
Based on table or?
No, for one table, what is the features of that? Name was duplicated. I gave an ID. I made that ID as a primary key, making sure that it does not have duplicates. It does not have null values. It's a primary key. But when I refer into another table, in another table, if it is getting recorded multiple times, sales table, one person has purchased multiple times, obviously it is duplicated. So it can be a foreign key. In this case, it cannot be a primary key. Why? Because it's duplicated. Taking a reference is a foreign key. Creating in one table, it's called primary key.
Santosh, can you please let me know the difference between primary key and foreign key? I missed it because there was a drop in the internet connection.
Primary key is with respect to one table, uniquely identifying each and every row in a table. Two people having the same name, I can give with respect to two different IDs, X004, X005. This is with respect to a table. And in the primary key, if you see, you cannot have duplicates at any point of time. Even though multiple Kirans are coming, every Kiran will have each and unique ID. That is how the primary key. Only one primary key is allowed in a table. It should have the unique features, that is the unique values, and it cannot have duplicates. It cannot have null values. Any new Kiran is coming, hey, already there are 10 Kirans, I am not giving to any name. No, it will not that way. Some other ID, they will be giving it. This is called primary key. But in foreign key, if you see, when I'm taking the reference of this table and I'm creating the sales information, I will get to know which user has purchased, whether John has purchased, Arjun has purchased, or is something Kiran has purchased. Which Kiran has purchased, I will get to know. Here duplicates are allowed. One person may purchase many products. X003 Samsung has purchased. X003 Vivo has purchased. X003 iPhone has purchased. This X003 is Arjun. There is possibility that many products he may purchase. This is what is a foreign key. Foreign key is taking the reference from one table and it can have duplicates and it can have duplicates. And it can be many. For example, this product information also is coming from the product table. Okay, let me give an example. What I will do, let us say there is one more information called product table. Okay, product table, product ID, product name. Product ID 1, P1, I will call it as iPhone. P2, I will call it as Samsung. Same number I can keep for some other phone, not possible. Okay, if I keep P2, I will not know which P2 you are referring. You are referring to Samsung phone or you are referring to MI phone. I will not know this. This is wrong. So basically, I will keep P3, uniquely identifying each and every product. This is one more table. In this one more table, instead of product name, maybe I will give product ID, and instead of iPhone, I may give P1, Samsung P2, Vivo P4, MI P3. I can refer this. This possibility that one customer would have purchased same product. X003, yes, purchased P4. X001, yes, purchased P4. That means they could have purchased multiple products. Here, this is duplicated. Here, this is duplicated. This is coming from this table. So what is I'm trying to tell is foreign key can be many. One can come from this table, one can come from this table, it can come from many. But in this table, only one primary key is allowed. In this table, only one primary key is allowed. Only one primary key per table. Foreign key can be many. It is a reference. Primary key do not have duplicates. Foreign key can have duplicates. Is it clear now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
But in a table, one primary key should be allowed.
In a table, one primary key should be allowed. Yes.
Okay.
It cannot be more than one.
More than one.
If I make this primary key, I am failing to fulfill my features because it is having duplicates. The one condition to be primary is no duplicates, no null values. No duplicates and no null values. So this is two conditions, it's failing here. So obviously I have to introduce one key and make sure that is primary key where there is no duplicates, there is no null values. This I can take as a reference and I can treat it as which table, which column or which person is purchasing two products, which person is purchasing more products, which person did not purchase anything. Easily I can get to know it. Okay.
But there can be two unique columns, no, in a table.
Can you give an example?
So we have a user ID here and we can have a phone number for the same. I mean, if you're maintaining the customer information, we are keeping the phone number. So that can be two unique columns, right? But yeah, definitely we can declare one as a primary column.
Okay. Let us say I have give phone number. Okay. This guy phone number is this. This guy phone number is this. This guy phone number he did not want to give. He don't want to give. It's null. He is not interested to give null because he has not purchased any product. So I will, for example, he will give. He will not enter. In this case.
Okay.
There is possibility like you go and fill some survey.
Possibility, right? If not phone number, maybe like registration ID or something. We can have two. That's what I'm saying. We can have two unique columns, but yeah, I mean, not necessarily we have to declare that as a primary column.
Correct. You can have two unique columns. Okay. Like if you go for address, like one happens is I am in the first floor, the next person will be in the second floor, same building, same flat, but still the address is changed. So it can have unique address as well. But the thing is, there can be many columns in a table which is like unique. ID is unique, phone number is unique. Okay, what if Amazon is telling phone number is mandatory? So that I want to share your details of order, shipping date, everything. In that case, what I will do is making sure that two columns can be unique, but in that one, any one I can make it as a primary key. Why I am making user ID is, okay, based on the phone number, I cannot tell who has purchased what product. Agree? If I'm making as a foreign this one, this and this will be linked now. Based on the phone number, do you think I can guess what product they have purchased? Yes, I can do it, but that doesn't make that much sense. User ID is the best option to do it.
In some ways, this primary key is system generated. Suppose now you're having this user ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So how many ever customers are going to register, the system will be generating the user ID for all this, right?
System will be generating, but you have to write the code for that, right? That is what we are going to learn now.
Okay, so we are going to write a code in order to generate this user ID automatically.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about primary key and foreign key. You will see more difference. For now, you understand that primary key can be only one table, one per table. Foreign key can be anything. Primary key cannot accept null values, cannot be duplicates, whereas foreign key can accept duplicates, can accept null. I'll tell you when it comes under null. Okay. For now, you understand this. This is a difference between primary key and foreign key. Okay. Now let's go back to our topic. Okay, I have covered not null, making sure that at any point of time you cannot accept a null value. That is my first name. Okay, and come to unique value. Okay, what is this unique value? Best example I can give is phone number. You go and fill one phone number in a survey. Okay, you write one phone number. You write one phone number, and the next person comes. He writes one more phone number. 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 Some girls are there who don't want to share their phone numbers. They will tell not applicable, NA, or maybe they'll not give anything like a blank. They will give us blank. So they're not interested to share their phone number. This key, I can call it as a unique key. If they give the number, that number, they cannot give anyone's number. Their number should be unique. But possibly they can avoid also. Possibly they can avoid. I may not give, but if I give, it should not be repeated phone number. Try to understand the difference. If they give, it should not be anyone's phone number. If they don't give, it's accepted. Obviously, right? Even if I'm going there, if they ask you what is your salary, what is your age, or what is your phone number, I may not give. Right? But if I give the phone number, it should be not one guy's repeated phone number. Okay. Now I'll ask one question. If you go for unique key, again, this is actually does not support duplicates. Right? Phone numbers cannot be same. Each one will have different phone numbers. Now you tell me, what is the difference between unique key and primary key? I've explained both. You tell me what is the difference.
Unique can be null and primary key cannot be null.
Okay, one difference. Then
Primary can be chosen as the base one in order to refer to any of the tables in order to pull data, but probably unique key cannot be used.
Very good. Then okay, very good try. What I will put it in this way is, as in again I said, if I'm giving that key as a primary key, I can go and refer in any other table as a foreign key and keep an example of phone number. One person cannot have two phone numbers. That, for example, your phone number is 789. No other person in the entire data set can have the same phone number. Okay, that is one thing. And here you can possibly you can avoid by entering. You can avoid by entering. Okay, you can avoid by entering. That means you can make sure that I don't enter. That is also possible. Okay, that will be like something applicable in unique key. Unique key, it's possibly you can avoid giving, but if you give, make sure that it is unique. For example, phone number can be unique. Address has to be unique. Even though your next building, then door number will change. But possibly you can avoid giving your address. If you're not ordering anything, for example, even I have one more account which I use only for Prime, Amazon Prime. But I've never given address. I use only to see movies. Possibly I've not given my address. So it's null. Phone number I've given, address I've not given. So possibly accepted. Why? To see a movie, why should I give address? In Amazon Prime, if I'm purchasing any products, it's accepted. But if I'm purchasing if I'm seeing movies, why is address required? So I can possibly avoid this. So you can have n number of columns as a unique column in a table. Address can be unique. Phone number can be unique. Everything can be unique. But the thing is, if you are giving it, you have to Make sure it is unique. But whereas primary key, only one per table, no duplicates, no null values.
Santosh, but how can an address be unique? See, if 2-3 people from the same family probably will have a different phone number, but then the possibility of address being the same is right?
Yeah, exceptional case. Yeah,
Yeah.
even if my two people are with the same home, and
Okay.
she has given in different same address. I have also given the same address, but user ID and phone number is different. Exceptional case. But forget about Amazon. In the real time, you talk in office, in your organization, in your working for an organization, two employees can stay in your house.
Definitely not.
Forget about siblings, just in general employees.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. So some scenarios will be there where you can use unique, and some scenarios where you cannot use unique. That is acceptable. Yes. But the objective I'm telling is, in a table you can have n number of unique constraints. I'm telling.
Okay.
Okay. Definite question. What is the difference between unique key and primary key? What is the difference between primary key and foreign key? Okay. Now, are we good for the first four?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I will do, I will go and write something called check. What is this check constraint is? Check constraints ensure that some condition is satisfied. What is that condition? Age cannot be less than 0. Negative number. Age cannot be less than 18. Phone number length. Length of phone number should be equal to 10 digit. It cannot be 9 digit. It cannot be 8 digit. It cannot be 11 digit. It has to be only the 10 digit. This all comes under check condition. I am making some condition to the constraint. I am making some condition to the constraint. Applying some conditions, I will go and use it with respect to check constraint. Age is less than 18, or maybe the phone number should be 10 digit. Something you go and give it, you make sure that it is maintained. Okay, that is comes under check constraint. You're applying some conditions. It can be many conditions can be there. Age can be less than 18, or maybe you can tell that phone number has to be 10 digit. Something you can tell that and make sure that this is satisfied. Okay, and finally default. What is this default? Someone who has not given any value, by default you go and store some value. Someone who has don't want to share their details. Okay, for example, what could be the case? Okay, let us take address. Okay, there are few persons who don't wanted to give address. Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, and 3 people have not given address. If they don't give address, obviously it is going to be null. It looks odd if it is null. What I will do, if no one is willing to give their address, you give it as something like NA, not applicable. They did not share. That means the column is filled, some value is filled, but if they don't give, fill it with NA. Okay, suppose you're dealing with India Amazon. You're concerned only on Indian people. The project which you're working will be like only on India data. Someone forgot to give their, this is our address, this is a location, this is a state, this is country. Someone gave address, someone gave location, someone gave state, and they forgot to give country. And the address will be, this will be Karnataka, this will be Kerala, this will be MP, this will be AP, but they forgot to give this. It will be null. Rather than null, you have a default value. You can put it as India. Whoever has created an account, by default, India will go and set it. You need not do anything, just set a default constraint. Okay, so default is something sets a default value when no column value is specified. Someone is not giving address, someone is not giving country, don't worry, just go and select default value, which is going to be India. This is what default. Okay, and this is not at all used. As I told, it is a some research paper they've added as a constraint. Recently they have used. It is similar to book index. For example, in a book, right, if I give you one book and if I ask you, can you search me which topic is in there, which page, you will struggle to read every page and you have to mark it. For that, we have something called index page. In index page, for each and every topic, we'll get to have the page number. For this topic, refer to this page. For this topic, you refer to this page. You will have the index in a book. Similarly, index constraint is used to retrieve data from the database very quickly. With the index, you can go and check it easily. You assume there's one book. If I ask you some topic, can you go and search each and every page without an index? Difficult. If you have an index, you can go and refer it. You can go and refer it. Similarly, index is also a constraint which will be created so that you can access the data very easily. Not used, but just I wanted to share it is coming from some research papers. So, but it is important for you to remember this. Not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check and default. Not null ensures a column cannot have a null value. Unique ensures that all values in a column are different and can have null values. Primary key, a combination of not null and unique. Yeah, obviously these two conditions will be satisfied a primary key. It can not have null, it has to be unique, that is also, and identifies each of the row and only one per table. This is what definition of primary key. Come to foreign key, uniquely identifies rows and columns in another table. Sales table. This can have duplicates, this can be referred, this can have many foreign keys, everything you can have. Check. Condition. Age has to be greater than 18, phone number has to be 10 digit, some conditions. And someone who is not giving any values, replace with not null available, not available. Or maybe you can go with something called India people. You're working with Indian data. You know every single person which you're working will be India. Someone who has not given India, you make an entry for him. That default value will be India. These are all the constraints. Okay. Any question? Okay. Once I see this, I'll go to this. Okay. So this is a table. This table I've created small int everything, and I made sure that this value is applicable. Okay. The next thing what I'm going to do is, this was my original column with just a data type, and some people have started entering different records. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go and add some constraints. Some default value, some phone number check I'm adding, and I'm adding primary key, I'm adding unique key, and I'm having a check condition where age is greater than 18. How to write this is something which we will discuss in our next class, practical class. Today you understood what is constraints. The next class we will implement it, how to implement it. The same database, the same table, I started adding some constraints. For example, this is a table. This is a table. This is a table. This is going to be the second table, but now I'm going to alter something. First name cannot be null, right? I will give a constraint called not null. That's all. That's all. And how to add check condition for age? Maybe check age should be greater than 80. Keep adding some constraint. This is how you add it. That we will see in the next class, how to add it. And then I'll start entering the records like this. Then we will see whether it is accepting or not. Basically, what we have discussed, constraints to restrict the conditions with respect to the table. That is what we have seen as a theory part. Practical part, we'll go and see how can you modify this table structure so that it does not accept all this type of values. Okay, so this is something with respect to constraints. Practically how to implement, how to insert the records, how to check, we'll go and see in the next class. Are we good?
Yeah.
In the real time, this will not be the table structure. If it is there, everyone will enter any values. You have to maintain a proper structure. That structure is this one. The table will be like this. They will add not null, they will add check constraint, they will have unique constraint. Someone who is forgetting giving a location, go with the default. Okay, this we will see in the next class. Okay, and one more thing, whoever has been registered and we have not got an ID, you have not gotten access to the folder, please go and reach Mahesh. He'll be able to guide it. Whatever scripts I'm working in the class materials in your teams, you will go and see. This is 24th script, 27th script, 28th script. So what is 28th script? Like whatever today we'll write, I'll put it into this folder. You can just go and refer it. Okay. Any assignments, any notes, anything which will be, everything will be shared into this group. For this, if you need access, please reach out to Mahesh. He'll help you to get it. Once you get it, directly you can go and check all the materials, everything which you have discussed. You will find it. You will find the scripts like this. Okay. And this script, you can copy paste and you can run it. I would say don't copy paste it. I would say don't copy paste it, run it, type it and run it.
Some of those presentations will also be shared, right?